Hello, good afternoon, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I salute all of you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. You'll be joining me once again today, your brother Mazi Austin Okonkwo, the autopilot man, under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like all of you know, is the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, the fairest lion, Ohamadike one of Biafra. A man who have educated us so well. He have imparted us with a lot of good things. Mostly those who are not educated has been educated under the sound of this man, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ohamadike of Biafra. I salute all of you. As you are joining me this morning, we're going to be in a very crucial, I would say, topic. And I want you to share this platform and go to my YouTube channel at Austin Okonkwo, Mazi Austin Okonkwo YouTube. You can just click the icon and subscribe. You have never done so. Let's move. This morning, it came to my spirit to discuss, I could say, the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what is attached to it. So that's why I'm here this morning. But before we go, I would like, first of all, and let us pray and do our rituals and play our jingles while I am also sharing this message to other platforms. You're welcome to be here with me. And before then, I will also not to hesitate to thank those of us who participated yesterday on the youth fundraising. Our youth, they gathered yesterday, and through the help of our people, Biafrans and autopilot, I want to thank Honorable Azuka, Simon Bara was on yesterday. I was really in a very tight situation that I was not able to join. I could say that fundraising with the reason known to me. And I want to thank all of you who participated and our kids. Those kids are wonderful. I thank every one of them. I want to bless their mothers and fathers for allowing them to come. Like as you have had, that kind of situation, that kind of fundraising will be coming once a month, as Madam Azuka have stated. So I want to thank all the whole Umada. May God bless all of us. May God bless all of us. One thing we must know is anything that we're doing for the restoration of Biafra is not for in vain. God must surely reward us. And if you look around and if you see what is happening, you will see actually that the hand of God is into this particular movement. I'm going to open a line along the side so that if you want to call in, you can as well call in to talk to Biafrans through this platform. And our leader is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank all of you. You're welcome.
Igbo na-anya na ọ na-abụ chi gbari ewere nwayọ jụgharị ajụjụ ndị mmụọ marere esi mere nya bụ ibe. Igbo na-achị egbogbo mbọchị eke ka na-ekwu okwu ya. Mweti na ihe dị nwayọ jebekere nya bụ ibe maka ọ na-abụcha ụtụtụ ugbori odogwu eweta otu ọjị n'aka. Ọ bụrụ na o welite otu ọjị ojidi wee ji ụchaba onwe ya ọ ji ụchacha onwe maka uke ndị mmụọ ma nke a latara n'ụla ma nke e netere n'anya ma ọ bụ nke e kwutere n'ọnụ ma ọ bụ nke a latara na adị ụwa kwa eziokwu iji ụchachicha bachi were aka ekpe wuberu nya ọbịa ego ọ bụ ichiri mee iweru nwayọọ wee tete nzu were kọbara okwu kekere ụwa elechi eji ije ka amarere ya etimebe nya bụ ibe maka ọ na-abụcha ụtụtụ ugwobe anya ọkụkọ enwe dị jide nzu n'aka jụọ chi gị ajụjụ iwere nwayọọ jụọ chi gị ajụjụ ịjụwa ndị a na-ajụwa ndị elu jụọ ala ọbụnagụ ọ bụrụ na imechaa na ịmara ụba nzu iwere nwayọọ ma anya bụ nzu macha idotara ụba nzu weta edo jidere ube n'aka wee dogbuo erunu ndị iro wee dogbuo ndị ajọ mmụọ wee dogbuo ndị ajọ mmadụ dogbuo ndị ibe dị mma na adị mma ndị achọghị udo ndị achọghị obiọma n'ụwa kpanye ndị achọghị ibe dị mma ndị achọghị ka akara aka ụmụ Igbo deri chaka chake iwere edodo gbuoru mbe wee wenite n'ọjị ike nga ejeje mba etoru nye bụ ọjị a na-ekwukwe n'okwu ya nye bụ ibe na-akpakwa n'aja ike ọkwa Yoruba na-eji ka onye bụ ibe Awụsa na-ata anya ọmachu ebe eze ndị Igbo na-ejide ya n'aka wee gọwa ọgwọ gọba chikerube jụrụ ya ajụjụ kedebe onye kere ụwa kenechie n'ike kene ndị enu kene ndị anọkwa ibe mere eme kpọba ndị chi ebe anyị kpọba ngwu kpọba ojikwu ọgbarụ uche ọgbarụ ajọ medu na-ego anya n'ihu ịkpaba mmụọ unu ji eje mba eje ọrụ onye ọbụla nwere mmụọ chere ihe ejeghị ejeri ịgbaba akwụ na-abịa mana ọgwụ ibe nna ya Igbo niile onye ọbụla jidebesi ọjị n'aka ọ bụrụkwa na ịma ibe nna akọ ịjụọ igwe onwe ya ọkọrụ gị akụkọ ịjụọ Bukati ka oji wakọ ji nwayọ ọkọrụ akụkọ Bukati oke nwa unu bịa ijeje mba eje ọrụ ịjụ anya ajụjụ kebekwa ihe ọma ka ịjụ ọba ajụjụ ọkụ na-enye ibe n'ọrụ oke nwa n'ihe ọma ịjụ anya ajụjụ ọkọrụ gị ibe eji ọjị eme Igbo bụ Igbo jiri biri Igbo buchie n'ike iwere ọsọ wee natawa na nka jụọrụ m ewepụ dịka oke mmụọ ọkwa gị ibe eji ọjị eme Igbo na ibe eji ọjị eme yiri nne Igbo bụ Igbo onye ọbụla na-erukwe n'anya ya ka ndị jide ya bụ ibe n'aka iweta ọkụ maka asị na ọkụ na-enye ibe ejide ya n'aka ịjụsi n'elu ma eze onye mejọrọ na ụgbọelu oke nwa ọkọrụ gị akụkọ ọgwa gịrị ibe eji ọkụ emeghiri nne ọkụ na-enye ibe n'ibe niile ịnwụrị ndị mmụọ ọkụ ewerebi ka ma ụrị gị ọkụ iwere nwayọ ọzọwa onwe gị Igbo bụ Igbo onye ọbụla na-atakere onye ọbụla na-ata ụlọ ka emezie nya bụ ibe adịrị egbu emu na mmanwụ aja agụ mana enwere ibe chọrọ ka nkọrọ m ụnụ niile asị na ibe bụ a na-ekwu gbogbo achọkata nze anya ekpuru nkata agwa ya okwu ụbọchị ekpuru m nkata agwakwa na Igbo okwu n'ihu amara ibe eji eme Igbo mechie n'ike maka Igbo chọrọ ndozi omenala Igbo na-akpọkwa n'anyị niile onye were nwayọọ nataba n'ụlọ amara ibe dị ejeme mbụ na-atụ anya nri Igbo tọkwara n'ezi omenala anyị tọkwara n'ezi ele abụ ụmụ Igbo chiri tọ n'ezi ele abụ ka omenala anyị chiri ijetọ n'ezi nna ajụ ya bụ ajụjụ ọ dị mma ka mmarụ amarụ onye ọbụla na-egharị anya ịmara ebe ochie eme ga-eme na-ekwe ọta ka agụ mmanwụ ndị ile ejeje mba etoolu mmanwụ jere akwụkwọ mmanwụ na-eji ụka edesi ike mmanwụ ji ọkwọ n'aka ekenekwe m na eke n'ọnụ mgbe eruere n'eluigwe ekwu onye bụ ibe mana onye ọbụla cheta na omenala Igbo amaka omenala Igbo bibe anyị eji wedị ndụ dịsie n'ike onye ọbụla jidezi ọjị n'aka ọjị bụ ibe anyị ji agwa Chukwu okwu mgbe e were ekwu onye bụ okwu na-ekwe mgbe mmadụ ka anyị na-akụrụ Igbo akụzi ibe eji wee ụzọ pụta ego nke nwa bụ nke ndị mmiri ndị nwe ibe niile maka akụ na ụba anyị bụ na mmiri ka onye dọrọ na-akọrọ onye nwere ike anye mmiri ibe o nwere ike arijuola onwe ya akwọ Igbo anyị ji adị
ana m ayụ na obiko bụ ọgụ ebe ihe nne cherelu mmadụ echenere m ajọ iwe onye cherela anyị ajọ iwe atọhụ ya n'obu onye bụla anyị wee jebe ajọ ije ya zụọ ọdachi n'ezi egwu m sị na anyị adị ka echi n'echi a na-agụrụ agụ egwu na anyị achake ka anyanwụ anyị adakọrọ ka anyanwụ anyị acha ka akwụ ma anyị adakọrọ ka akwụ anyị azụ ka abịa ma anyị anakọrọ ka abịa anyị eru ka mmiri ma anyị atakọrọ ka mmiri anyị enwulu ka ọkụ ma anyị anyụkọrọ ka ọkụ
BIAFRA JUNCTION worldwide world information we are accommodating, we are generous, we are overtaking and industrious, we are beautiful, we are Biafrans, we are strong and we are accommodating, we are generous, we are overtaking and industrious, we are beautiful, we are Biafran. CHUKWU OKIKE BIAMA biko do orola no mume idikwa na njikere ụmụ Chineke bidonu kwadobe MNK is another savior. Yeah, amadike ka isalala. Yeah, amadike ka isalala. Yeah, Chineke ka isalala. Yeah, Chineke ka isalala. Holy is another savior. Holy is another savior. I say holy is another savior. Holy is another savior. In a pepper kai bebe. In a komwa kai gaba. In a tete kai debe. In a kikwe putano bono. We cross the Rubicon. Onye do not a dungeon. We should put the fire on. Freedom is what we want. Yeah. Orola no mume. dịkwana njikere ụmụ Chineke bidonu kwadobe Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Yeah, Amadike Kaisalala. Yeah, Amadike Kaisalala. Yeah, Wachideke Kaisalala. Yeah, Wachideke Kaisalala. Holy, is another savior. Holy, is another savior. I say holy, is another savior. Holy, is another savior. Yes, Jisike, Gododo, Ankulianura, Ndaramba. If I never be more, BIAFRA, we love you. Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu. Dedicated to IPOB family worldwide.
I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. If I'm alive, if I'm dead, if I'm wherever I may be, Biafra will come. If I'm dead, it's even better because it will come far more.
Biafra ado anyị ga-ewu onye isi anyị kwụla kalas anyị ga-akụ n'ihu wee ya nwee ndị ofele ihe nne ga-ezuru nwata anyị ihe ọwụla ọ chọrọ na Biafra ọ ga-enweta ọ ga-adị ndụ nweta ọwụ ọnwụ anyị na ndekwenye ndị ji uwe eji mara onye siri ike nwa ahụ ọnọdụ ebe ọ dị isi kụrụ ya ọ dị oyi menye ogologo ndụ ya ahụ isi ike ma ezinụlọ ya.
That was wonderful, and that was wonderful. Good morning, Biafrans and lovers of freedom. Once again, your brother Mazi Okonkwo, like I stated in the initial. And I want you to get focused this early morning because we're going to be dealing with the impunity of the Nigerian judicial system against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But before I will go on, I will not hesitate to thank all of you. And like I said before, those who participated on the youth fundraising yesterday. Once again, I will say, may God bless you. And after this program, this is an announcement from me, Mazi Okonkwo, who will be joining the autopilot prayer team this evening, exactly 6:30 p.m. or 7 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. On this same platform to also pray for the release, the unconditional release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This morning, we'll be looking into some, I could say, the things that have been going on, the sabotage of the AG of Nigeria, Malami, the hate that he has personally for the Igbos. And I want you to see it this way. But I have titled my broadcast this morning that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as you see going on in all the whole play that I could say Malami, Buhari, and all the rest of them are playing, is because they are actually preventing an oncoming exposition that will come as a result of the impunity they all committed in the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is not only the Nigerian state coupled with some of the members of the DOS, if you look to the title of my message this morning. And I want to let you to know there are something that are going on. They know the truth because I have never seen in a country where the AG, we own the court, we own the judicial system. We try to, behave like if it's deaf and dumb. We are a state, Nigeria, particularly Malami. We think that he is the owner of the country called Nigeria. And that's also let us to look into the impunity of these Fulani people. The issue there is that he is trying to cover up some certain things that is about to hit him, because he knew the moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released properly, of course he has been released. For Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be free, he must be free. And that is the area and why we must intensify our sit-at-home order, and we still mandated that there's no election in Biafra land until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and speak to the people of Biafra. We are not joking, because we want freedom. The reason why we have freedom is what is right now manifesting to you in your crocodile eye while you are still alive. In a country where Attorney General of the country or of the nation, with what the order of the higher court authority, simply means that the indigenes of that particular country are not safe. So in other words, someone has taken power into his hand. And that is why we must look into this. So now that is a hidden agenda for some of the communiques that have been coming to me. You know, they're the same people who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, Malami is not excluded, and the Fulanese, they are the main people that are hugely paid for some of huge amount of money that is included in the extraordinary rendition or kidnap of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why we're here this early morning to tell us. And some of the members of the DOS and those people who knew about the private jet, and some of them are hidden in Kenya, they are all, I could say, rising up and suppressing, and some of them are also from the family member of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, trying to persuade Malami and those who are behaving so cowardly to have come to social media to to begin to preach heresy, bringing, I could say, division between discharged and acquitted. Look at, there are hidden things that are going on. Someone is under threat. If you don't accomplish what we discuss with you, the moment that the court grants Mazi Nnamdi Kanu freedom, release, discharged and acquitted, the whole hellfire begin to run helter-skelter. Some of them are hearing the sound of my voice, and they know that what I'm preaching this morning is absolutely the truth, and that is how it happened. So the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to expose a lot of impunity in the state of Nigeria, and of course, slash DOS, aka criminals. That is why you see that every effort is doing, every incantation under the ground are cooking, in other words, for them to be able to, to rearrest without evidence. And I thank God for people like, I could say, what is his name again? One of the Yoruba son. I forgot his name yesterday again. I'm not just familiar with him, but I think I'm going to find it. He was precisely directing the statement to Malami that he's supposed to be arrested, of course, because Malami knew that Buhari himself has passed all the whole evil on his head. So now, Buhari exchanged the impunity that is coming on him because of the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me tell you, he is trying to fight the last battle, because when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu finally comes out, they know he is going to come to Den Haag to face, I could say, to face a lot of things that he has committed. Because one thing we all must understand is that we are not living in the moon. We're here on the planet where the force of gravity and the universal law performs, and whatever thing you throw up, we're not in the moon, it will surely come to you. But the mistake that Nigeria has done, and God allowed them to do that. When you read the scripture, you understand somewhere there in the book of Exodus, where God was saying that he will harden the heart of Pharaoh so that he perform his duty as God. And our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in so many of his broadcasts, educative broadcasts that he has made in the past, indicates to us that Biafra is going to come like a miracle. They will be asleep and the miracle will take over. And the Biafran nation is going to come like a rapture. those who are sent are going to enter into it. By now, some of you who are doubting the Biafra and what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said to all the medias, the crooked medias in Nigeria, both the international medias in Nigeria, when they refuse to carry the issue and I could say the news of the killings going on in Biafra, when they refuse to carry the I could say the impunity behind the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the state of Nigeria, a corrupt nation. Some of the medias refuse to announce it, to talk about it, because they are afraid when you talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the name Mazi Nnamdi Kanu becomes like, when you talk about it, they kill you. But now, all of them are making money. TVC, Arise, all of them, CNN, count them, Al Jazeera. They're not talking about the impunity that behind the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, created by the heads of the Fulanis, by Malami. I've never seen in a country where Attorney General will pass, I would say, verdict behind the top officers in the judiciary system of a nation. That is impunity and cost to Nigeria. Let me tell us. Because having looked into, when you look into all this hate and all this statement that is going on in the media, you will understand that Nigerians themselves, the youth of Nigerians themselves are beginning to wake up. Even some of the houses are beginning to wake up. I saw in the news last time, the Duduwas are also standing boldly like us, saying that there will be no election in Biafra land because the people are not safe. If the Attorney General of a country that's supposed to portray, I could say, a genuine judicial, I could say, purity, but here you see someone who said is Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, constituting lucent and pasting Nigeria how they look like in their face, ugly and injustice. That is why we come here. Also, we still persist that there is a nation called Biafra, which has been marginalized for long ages, supported by the Britain and so many allies that kill us. And now to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man who is speaking for the justice of the people. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not only speaking for the people of Biafra, but he came through God to speak, to awaken the consciousness of our people to know the impunity that happened to us in the past. Now he has been redeemed. After you search him, weighed him, scale him, you didn't find anything on his cupboard. And still, the United Nations has won the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But the same Fulanese, those who have come with a secret agenda of Fulanization or marginalization or whatever thing they, they code on their agenda, refused because of the hate they has on the Igbo people and I could say the Southerners, because they have an agenda. That's why we say to people, it doesn't matter how many people you bring, they will never allow the Southerners, I could say, to take that which belongs to us. But we must take it, and God has started doing it, opening their eyes and their nyash in the eyes of the public. All the nations are now writing in TikTok and many places, what a kind of judge or attorney general are you? It is going to bring a very big image, dirty image to the life of Malami if care is not taken. And I thank God now, those medias who refuse to speak are beginning to see the impunity and they are now speaking. Like as I said, there is a secret agenda that is behind of the refusal of leaving the leader of the indigenous people, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to go freely, as the court has stated 24 hours before, after the court. But now the question is, what makes Malami to think that he is the owner of the court? But before, let's go deeper to the title of this. The release of MNK will expose a lot of things. There are people that sponsored the rendition, the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and now their whole kingdoms are shaking. Not even that it is shaking. Those who plotted that he will die are now getting confused. Those who are congratulating criminals who has tried to jeopardize this particular movement. But let me tell us, all of us Biafrans, we do not come to look the face of anybody. What we come to get is Biafra, and Biafra we will get. We're not violent people. But through the power of the social media, we will keep on spreading our messages to anywhere it's supposed to go without fear, because we know our rights. And I still want to remind the Nigerian state, if you are told that there is anything you want to charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and there's nothing you're going to charge him, because everything that you have to charge Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is over. You couldn't defeat him in your court the first time. Second time, he defeats you. If it is in a drive where a contract is given, it is a need for you to referend the people and let the people depart from this Egyptian called Nigeria. We are tired of it. A country where people cannot get justice. Look at the ASU strike, the impunity that's going around, hovering around the destiny of the every born Nigeria and their education. Those Fulanis of Malami, they refuse to play justice so that the children will get their future, and some people are still clamoring and asking for one Nigeria, one Nigeria. I call those people fools, because it takes a fool to not understand by now that in the impunity in Nigeria state has come to the brim, and what we're supposed to be looking at is the breakup of Nigeria with all hesitation, with all power. Nigeria is supposed to have come to an end by now. But all of us are there pampering, and you see people being brainwashed. P2B, 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 P2B. Let me tell us one thing. If you like, put 20 P2B. Nigeria is a barren womb that can no longer conceive, like I used to tell us. We want Biafra. We have been marginalized for a long time. How can you be in a country where the chief judge, AG, Abu said, the AG, Attorney General of Federation, has power more than the judicial system? So now, are you safe? The question there is that your life is not safe. The question there is that your life is not safe. So from such nation, run away. In a country where a country is ruled by an unjust judge, people will be raped, people will be killed, and a lot of things will begin to happen to the people in the opposite of the good side of it. So that is why God raised our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When they rendered him, they thought that Biafra agitation is going to die. And God also raised Ndoko, Mazi Simon, that man you see here on my back. We are not here to joke. We come to restore Biafra, and Biafra we will get. And those of you who are jubilating, let me tell you, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, it's going to take months. It's going to take months for him to undergo different kind of tests so that we will know what they have, poisoned him with, because we do not try and trust the state of Nigeria, the country of impunity. That is why we want to be out. So we have not time to waste. And of course, we must get focused on anything that we're doing. And of course, we are also calling for, I could say, the emergency in Nigeria, I could say in Biafra land, based on all the whole criminals that are bringing with the helicopter to begin to drop right now in Enugu State. Like as we got information the last time, the criminal people are now trooping into Nigeria from all the so-called West Africa. All the Fulanis are now trooping in. What they're coming to do is not known to us, but like the spokesman of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa, have said yesterday, they will come and they all will die. They will all come there, but they all will die, because we are here to restore Biafra. And this is not a time of joking. We have given them a mandate of the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and we must not stop anything that we have applied. All the civil defense that we have applied, such as our sit at home, such as the mandate of no election, must stand. Everything will keep on going until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks to the indigenous people of Biafra, and the autopilot, of course, we must know. We have crossed the Rubicon, like as you have seen him speak. I'm going to put my number here for anyone who wants to call. If I'm calling, and after that, I'm going to play a voice so that we can listen. This is the number. In case of you have anything to contribute, the line is open. If you want to talk Biafra through this platform, you can do so as well. So let me play this video. It's a part of what we're going to use today. So let's listen.
Leader Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. subsequently quashed all charges filed against him by the federal government. The court also ruled that the Federal High Court did not have jurisdiction to try KANU. In a judgmental three-man panel of the appellate court held that the federal government breached all local and internal laws in the forced extradition of KANU to Nigeria. KANU leads the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra group, which is campaigning for the creation of an independent state in southeastern Nigeria.
Well, joining us now are Arise News analyst Frank Chitu and our judiciary editor and deputy director of news, CHUKWU. Thank you both for joining us on the news tonight. This happened a couple hours ago.
Good morning, my sister. God bless you.
It's yesterday, or I don't know, 2 days or whatever, I don't know. Somebody, let me call his name, King Solomon. He's saying people anyway, he don't want to say it, but the way he see it, last time he made a comment, but he withdrew the comment back. But now we begin to talk about political something after, but the way he's seeing it, if the listener said now the Kali, when he come out, he's going to support election. He's going to shouting to election. Is he going to say that the election?
Moment, I think Biafrans are not really hearing what we're saying, but I think I have to reconnect with my sister. My speaker is going low. Moment, please, caller. All right, caller, you can go on again because I don't think Biafra heard you. Are you hearing me? Okay,
yeah, I'm hearing you. What my question is this: I don't know whether 2 days ago or what. Margaret, you're calling from Ghana. Okay. 2 days ago or what, this man, King Solomon, make a comment that he don't want to be, last time he talked about the political, to Pitobian, this and that.
Right.
But he don't want to make it, but he will start to talk about political. Then what my question is this, he said, when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out, he knows that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to approve election in Biafra land. My mind is this, how can Mazen Nnamdi Kanu approve election in Biafra land when all of us, people have blocked principle? Everybody stands for no election. How can Mazen Nnamdi Kanu come out and say there will be election in Biafra land? All this one we are shouting for 1 year plus. That is my oath. Right. If we should speak for our mind, we are contributing money that we will fight no election. You, before you speak to us, you will talk with him first. Let him stand though. We agree for no election. That is where we agree. Please. That is my own question or my own angry. Since I hear it, I'm not happy.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, my sister. I've heard you, but let me respond to you while I'm waiting for another caller. My sister, when we cross Dragon, my brother Simon Ekpa used to say, when we reach to that bridge, we'll cross over it. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, when he comes out, he's going to speak to Biafrans, and it's going to take months before he speaks to Biafran. And when we hear his voice, then we will know what we will believe from any statement that is going to make. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not a fool. And let me tell you all, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have never spoken to anybody why he's in dungeon, unless if it is now that he's about to be free. But he has never spoken to anybody. Don't believe them. All these people that say Mazen Nnamdi Kanu say, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will come out. When he come out, he's a very wise man. And I don't think that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going to do that mistake of accepting a political solution. If he accepts political solution, he's also going to state, I could say, the situations and the benefit of it. Then Biafra will decide, and that's what you must understand. One thing I want to tell everybody is one man cannot stop Biafra to be actualized, no matter who you are. I'm telling you true, even Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So let me tell you, if God raise a nation, say you're going to be free from such a people, and he can rise one man to educate and open the eyes of the people, if some man also want to jeopardize the situation, God can change him. Go to the Bible and look to what happened to Eli in the house of God. When Eli began to play with the presence of God in him, God raised a little boy called Samuel. Even Samuel, who he dedicated in the church, took over and start to hear from God. So power is always can change over. Let me tell us, you must wait for all these things and do not deny the fact that change can take place. So while we are waiting for other callers, my sister, I hope I've answered you. So we must wait until Mazinand comes out and speak. And anything you're hearing on the social media, like what Barrister Joffa come last time to talk about, do not regard those things. Barrister Joffa is one Nigeria. He can thank any criminal he want to thank. Of course, he's a barrister. He can be defending also thief or criminal. So you don't need to attack him. Everybody is his clients and everybody can also be his friend. But I will advise him to not as a legal person that is defending Mazinand Kanu. There are some statements that he must not make, because any statement he makes, people always weigh the gestures and the meaning of the statement he makes as an attorney. Like my brother Kelechi rightfully says, he's an ambassador between the Biafra and Mazinand Kanu. So you cannot just come and thank the criminal, those who are hypnotizing the struggle, to be your friend publicly. If you want to thank them, because you're in the meeting, you are in the midst of a lot of people who you are their lawyer to, people will rightfully misunderstand you, and we have asked you to come and digest what you mean by that. So we're still waiting. I am not here to insult by the stage of four, but correct. That is not normal. Those people he call are the criminals, and we don't want to hear about their names. Sacked people. So that is the issue. So what we are saying in the nutshell is, let me put that video and we'll begin to watch it. Now, why I'm playing this video is now to show you that those people, those media, those people who refuse to talk good about Biafra, it is clear now that the impunity of Nigeria is open to all people. That is to tell you that God has taken over. God has taken over this particular struggle, because Nigeria, and you go and say, Ni Mafia. Let's listen to these people.
But let me begin with you, Frank. Also, what's your assessment of this judgment? I've been reading different interpretations to it. Is the dismissal an acquitter? Is Kanu a free man?
Well, yes, indeed. And the first reaction is that this is highly unwarranted. Nobody saw it coming, even though many lawyers agreed with the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Mike SAN, that his arguments are quite valid. You can't build something on nothing. You can't be a judiciary.
What I like about the first statement is that he said that nobody saw this miracle coming. Nobody saw this miracle coming. I want you to mark every sentence that I'm making here. And the same way nobody will see Biafra coming, like we used to tell you. Biafra is here. For Mazinand Kanu to be released, Malami has no power. Who is Pharaoh? Mazinand Kanu has been released. Malami can sit where he is, practicing his, I could say, unjust law against the indigenous people of Nigeria. And it is because of this kind of character that ignites every particular agitation that is going on in Nigeria today. This is Oduduwa, injustice set up by the Fulani cabal government of Nigeria. And this is how it is. That's why I want to quit for this state called Nigeria. Let's listen.
Your own criminality, your own attempt to disrupt the international legal order. These are very valid arguments. But considering the history of recent decisions from Nigerian courts, both at appellate and courts of first instance, nobody saw this kind of judgment coming. And so today it's a very happy day for anybody who is realizing that, again, the judiciary has come to the rescue of those who actually thought that there was no hope. And this is a very good development, considering that issues that brought a lot of conflict, that have led to a loss of life, reflection of muscles and extreme violence, can easily be resolved on the platter of justice. Appeal has done, but not yet be Uhuru for Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, indeed, he discharged and acquitted by the Court of Appeal, because the position Court of Appeal held is that the Nnamdi Kanu is the federal government cannot even attempt to try Nnamdi Kanu when it has grievous wrong in the first place. And the federal highway shied away, and
they ran away. They shied away from all the whole truth. Even when they went to Afadibek to go and kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in their house, it took many years. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sued these people to the court, the Nigerian government was not able to come. And you're telling us to be a part of this kind of a nation? I want us to think very well. We are saying this so that all Biafran, the Southeast, all the Nigerians should wake up. Because as long as this is Fulani institution, you as a normal Nigerian, you can never get yourself. It is the same kind of the attitude of this Attorney General Malami is bringing problem in Nigeria. These are the character that raises all kinds of agitation, because these are the mindset of all these Fulani cabals. And that's why we are standing firmly to say there is no election in Biafra land, divide the country. And before the autopilot we stop what we're doing, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has to speak to us before we know where we're going. Some of you are afraid when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes, he's going to interrupt election. Who told you there's going to be an election? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone cannot bring us Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu needs support. It is now that our agitation has started. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here, he surrounded himself up with the baggages of criminals in the DOS, those who are working with the Malami and the state of Nigeria not to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they are about to be exposed. That's why we're here to expose all of them. You can't bribe we autopilot. You can't pull us down. We know what we want, and all our mothers, all our children, they are ready for Biafra. You saw what happened yesterday in the fundraising. All the children in America, they are interested of getting Biafra. The Biafran story have entered into a stage of no return, because those children that you sacked and pursued from Nigeria because of your wickedness, you killed our parents in the war, they are now beginning to know wherever they are, those kids, they know about Biafra. And they can't stop it. Either it comes tomorrow or next for Biafra to come. It will come. We cannot be in a country where our oppressor is our judge. Where our oppressor is our Attorney General. Tell me, how can you ever get yourself in such a country? A country where the Attorney General is included of the people who are invading your land. You think about it. Where the Attorney General, instead of portraying the just cause as he was called to be in the Attorney General seat, rather, he used the hate he have. On the other neighbors. Then he uses power to depress or to fight against those who he hates. And directly, you saw him writing open his personal hate to a particular individual in the country. Let's listen to these people.
I did everything possible to avoid the very strong question as to where was Nnamdi Kanu arrested, at what time, and under what process. And I kept on avoiding that question. And to see that the panel of Court of Appeal justices, this courageous reminiscence of the that credibility, even where you had courageous judges and
they can't even bring no one evidence against the man they said is the leader of the terrorist organization, and all of these media ranters that are using the proscribed IPOB. If you proscribe a man and you have brought the man into, you have brought the IPOB into the judicial system, and you are not able to even find any fault to hold their leader, and what you are imposing now, you are imposing your own personal hate, the tribal hate Malami has for the Igbos. That is why he's portraying right now. And I have never seen a concrete reaction of the people of the Igbo land talking release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. But with the autopilot, we will make it work. With all our civil disobedience, we do not call for killing of anybody. Those idiots that are collected money in South Africa that are saying that IPOB kill people. Now him and his with the co-host with the Soludo, they knows what they're doing. Those people that is present with Chinas and Wodu. IPOB does not kill people. What we do is we defend our people. We fight against people like this Malami, who have now portrayed his own personal hatred on the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now he start to learn grammar, discharged and acquitted. I never see a man who has no quality, who has not been qualified to be an attorney general, becomes an attorney general, and begin to, place the country called Nigeria in a very shameful position. The whole world is talking. A friend of mine who used to follow this Biafra agitation, he called me and said, what kind of fucking attorney general is this? When the higher judge, the high court, the court of appeal say release somebody, an individual will come out and use state law against the federal government law, it is a land of impunity, and that's why we're calling for the freedom of Biafra. We can never be one with these people. The line is open for anyone who want to call and add something. This is a time that all Biafrans will rise up and begin to talk. So like as I titled this thing, all this saga you see that is going on that Malami is doing, they are in a group. His hand is also into I could say the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's why all of them are running from this fact that when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fully released, there is going to be a huge office position that is going to come out that is going to connote with even some part of the family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and some of also his lawyers. It will shock you. I'm saying like this. And members of the DOS. That is what they are trying to manipulate. But you know why? God is not sleeping. Like our leader used to tell us, he said, it is God that will give us Biafra. And it is happening. According to the news here, they said this kind of, I could say, breakthrough. If anybody is calling me, if you call me on the local mobile, I will not going to pick it. I don't pick Nokia. Please, if you want to call WhatsApp. I don't pick this one. WhatsApp, please, only WhatsApp. Don't distract me. So what we're saying is people, Biafrans, let me tell you, when the dragon is telling us that this is the time that we have to rise up now and get Biafra, you people don't understand it. Holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or trying to rearrange any plot, anything that are doing right now, put it on your head, is going to work for our own good. Because the eyes of many are open. Don't forget that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that those media that refuse to talk about us, that the time shall come when they will begin to talk about us, and now is the time. Like I used to tell us, if you ask me the time, I will tell you the time now is quarter to Biafra. We must put it into action. Our seat at home must not be thwarted. And as all of us, Biafran autopilot, and those who are following us, we have concluded that there's not going to be election in Biafra land until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out anywhere he is. If you like, he can fly to Japan, go to Finland, anywhere, stay there and speak to Biafra, and then we will hear what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to say. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to bring peace a little bit in the southeast, but it's not that we're going to divert us from our main goal of getting Biafra, no matter who. Anybody that is talking about one Nigeria, you are wasting your time. I have a call on the line. Good morning from where you are.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Go on, my sister. Ndewo, Chukwu Gozegi. The friends are hearing you. Go on.
Mazi Austin, my name is Florence. I'm calling from London.
Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you for all you and the autopilot media are doing. I think all of you are great. You, Parawa Sonny, Ugo Chris, all of you are doing so much great.
Thank you.
In this Biafra struggle. What I want to say is that the Attorney General is just a disgrace.
Big one.
You know,
big one.
He's manipulating and trying to hold back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But he doesn't know that the more that he's doing that, is the more that he is bringing more
disgrace to himself. Correct.
And upon Nigeria. Pharaoh let the people go. Biafra must be free, whether they like it or not. The time is coming when CHUKWU, OKIKE, ABIAMA will start killing their firstborn, like he did to the Egyptians.
It will so happen.
And another thing I want to say is that when our leader comes out, he should stay away from these Southeast governors, stay away from the DOS, and if possible, let him have his treatment in Finland, because Finland is the friend of Nigeria. Is the friend of Biafra, sorry. Finland is the friend of Biafra. So I feel that our leader will be safe there to receive any treatment that he needs to receive.
Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. Wonderful. 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 You see, when Mazinana comes, where he's going to go is not a problem. And let me tell you, our eyes on the ground. We know their plans. We know their plans. Their plans. Biafrans must be awake. You see, this is my sister that says something, it's in line with what she's saying. Mazinana is never going to go to Southeast. Why must he be there? We have a lot of enemies, those who are trying to assassinate him in 1 second. That is what they are planning. They are not cooking. They know that Mazinana is free. And the failure to release Mazinana of the Southeast and all the whole Nigeria will be in shaking, because people now know the truth. The youth are also understanding the truth. You know what I mean? So it will be sounding woto woto everywhere. And when it sounds woto woto, do not call us. And we have called and called and called for the release of Mazinana. As the dragon has spoken, very soon we're not going to hear woto woto woto. Let's listen to this video. Pay attention.
But even in our democracy, we didn't have this. We didn't expect this. We think that enforced disappearances, as we have it in Nigeria, always having it. Law enforcement in Nigeria practice enforced disappearance of the citizens, and it has become a norm. And the topic will also extend it to the international community by going to another African country to show the might of Nigeria. By seizing, not necessarily a seizing of Nigeria alone, but
they went to another country. They went to another country. You see, why I am playing this, I saw this guy talking about this aspect, how Nigeria went too far, going as far as Kenya, kidnapping another person's citizen in another country. That is impunity. And when Mazinana was newly extradited back to Nigeria, Malami was addressing Nigeria in Fufude language. So everything you see this Malami portraying right now is originally hatred that is built in the Fulani in order to hate the Southerners, or especially the Nyamene, which they call us. This is not hate, because the whole world has started to see now the impunity of a man who calls himself Attorney General of the Federation. How can you guide the youth? Look at the ASU, what is happening? People are suffering. You have never come out and spoke. When it is time for Abakiari, Malami did everything to show solidarity with the family of a criminal Abakari, who's supposed to be rendited also back to the United States of America to answer questions. Nigerians have to wake up. Even if I thought that it is not the issue of Biafra, and I want to thank God, it is the Biafra through Mazinana has opened the eyes of an average Nigeria to understand their rights. And I'm very happy that we are, so many Nigerians, even the Hausas, are not opening their eyes to understand the impunity that is going on in Nigeria, where all institutions are owned and bought by one particular individual, the Fulani state. Those who have a different kind of mindset, their problem is not a political issue. They have an agenda of Islamization and jihadists. That's where you have to look into. So don't think that the what they're doing is play. That's why when you're shouting P2B, I tell you, say, calm down and listen. Let's focus, get Biafra first. I don't tell you that P2B is not a smart man, that he doesn't know what he's doing. But you cannot you cannot cast your bread to a pig. You cannot just go and fetch money and give it to someone who is going to useless it. That's why I'm fighting. No Igbo man is supposed to come and display anything to Nigeria, because Nigeria can never give you anything. Any man that is talking about Nigeria, how Nigeria will be good, means you are a saboteur to all the citizens of Nigeria having this kind of Attorney General called Malami in the country. They are all will have mindset like this, as long as they are Fulani. Their target are how to take over the nation. Release Mazinana Kano. That is what the autopilot at POP is telling you now. The line is open if you want to call.
It was citizen. Bring him to Nigeria. You expect the Nigerian courts to adopt So what the court has done today is impressive. A reminiscence again further of what happened to Marudiko. And to think that it was the same now President Muhammad Buhari that was military head of state at that time.
The same man who rendited or who wanted to, box Diko and bring big Diko was the same Buhari under the same APC. The same Buhari is still repeating the same thing that he did. I remember when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was newly rendited, Obasanjo cried. He said, Buhari has made the greatest mistake of his life. No, it has not started. When the firstborn child of Pharaoh died, Pharaoh also did not count it like a mistake until his house began to turn into full of frog. He still see, he thought that he has magic. Until Moses strike the river and the water become blood. He thought that, yeah, Egyptians have this kind of technology. Until God caused flies all over. Pharaoh still had in his eye. When he sank into the river was when his eyes is open. We must look into the impunity that's going on in Nigeria and accept it that Nigeria has collapsed. One of the things you have to look into a nation is the judicial system of that country, where people disappear and where Boko Haram is always being initiated with. But a separatist, as they call us, like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Boho, and many others, you cannot negotiate with them. And you have no evidence to hold these people. Look into this situation. There is nothing like Nigeria. Nigeria does not exist. It has expired. Those who you see, people like this Malami and the rest of them who are under this all impunity that is happening in the state of Nigeria, they are only there for their own belly. They are judicial politicians who are deceiving you. There is no justice in Nigeria. A police can arrest you today and tomorrow you are dead and nobody's coming for you. Look at the amount of people, a country where people like Hope Uzodinma will come out and begin to threaten the citizen that is going to bomb them, and the Malami will not sue him and jail him for his comment alone, for threat to the indigenous Nigerians. Let me put it that way. A governor cannot just open his dirty mouth in Western Europe and you connect yourself with the bombing and killing of your citizens, no matter how horrible that nation is. Do you know that in Europe where we are, a criminal can come into your house and steal your money and even beat you and join it? But the moment you shoot that criminal and that criminal dies in your house, what the criminal come to do in your house does no longer count. Is anybody from Europe here hearing me? But in Nigeria, a strange bullet can hit an innocent people. I know many people. When I was in Aba, a woman came out in Samek Junction to come and look the riot that is going. Police was shooting, strange bullet entered the woman's womb, a pregnant womb. That happened by M&M Hospital. I never forget that incident. Blood was gushing from the gutter. A pregnant woman who just came out to look, let me see what is happening. Strange bullet by Mopo, inside her womb. She died, blood everywhere. Radical shootings, where life does not matter. Instead of human being life, you will see Muhammad Buhari coming to talk about cows and how they will rear cows. And after rearing the cows, they will transport it to those who is going to have sex with the cow before the cow will be brought to the Igbo land to be sold. Idiots. What we want is Biafra. The whole world has seen the unjustful nature of Nigeria. The whole world is now seeing that Malami also supposed to be arrested himself for not saying the truth in the court of Nigeria. He's supposed to be arrested and be brought to The Hague and John Chastella. I'm telling you the truth. We need Biafra. We can no longer go with Nigeria. Anybody who starts shouting one Nigeria, you're wasting your time. Biafra will go on. Because this 2023 we have made it clear there's not going to be election in Southeast Nigeria until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out to speak to us. And that is the area until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out to speak to Biafra. If you like, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The whole world has seen the verdict. The verdict said that he had been discharged and acquitted. God, not you, man. You cannot set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. Jesus looked the eyes of those people who wanted to kill him. He said, the power is not given to you to release me. The same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell you. The same thing will also tell Malami, you do not have power to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Know it from today that God will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It will happen in your present AG of Nigeria that Almighty God, who you call your Allah, is going to free our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And after that, the whole universe will summon you to the Hague, where you will come and answer some queries for being an attorney general in a country where people die radically, where Fulani herdsmen carries helicopter, like the way they have trooped them now in Enugu State. What they're doing there, we don't know. But one thing we know is in Biafra land, whether ESN is there or not, there is a demon that is going to swallow you up because the spirit of Biafra does not eat human being. Those mountains in Enugu State. Anywhere they troop those Fulani people from, dropping them from helicopter, invading our land where we are sleeping, like they did during the Corona time, using Dangote trailer to begin to bring a huge amount of Fulani people from all the way from Senegambia into our land. Where are they today? They are cleared because of our Eastern Security Network. We must be resolute, as our leader have told us. He said, this is a time that we have to have our mental, I would say, mental toughness to deal, to speak to the world. This is a time all of us begin to tweet to the whole world about the impunity of Attorney General of Federation called Malami for not accepting or responding to the verdict of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. That simply means that he is portraying, I could say, unjustfulness to the eyes or to the face of the whole judicial system of Nigeria. And the Nigerian Bar Association and all the lawyers supposed to protest against Malami, just like a Falani of our brother, our son, Falani, is now saying. I read his comment and article where he said that Malami is supposed to be arrested and be brought to the Hague with immediate effect for not following the judicial system. And every Nigeria, both you politicians, those of you who are in the Southeast talking to, God is going to show you that his right hand is majestic in power. God will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God will free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God will free Biafra. And it's going to happen. We are going to do our best to stop election, and our sit at home must continue without stopping until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fully restored. We don't care. Nigerian government can go and pay those who they are paying to cover up their evil so that their sins will not come to the public. One thing we know is in the due time, those things that is hidden under the darkness will come out of the sun. Some of them that are in US are panicking. Those who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are panicking. The hour is come for your nyashis to be open. Some of you in the family that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their hand are in it. All of you, Biafra, I came to tell you that is why they are mobilizing force. You know, this Attorney General of Federation, those people who are calling him not to allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go, those people who are telling him, giving him an advice to twist the whole matter, are those whose hand are on the money and all the private jets they use to go and redeem Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in the few weeks, he can demand now. That's why they're dodging. But CHUKWU ABIAMA passed all of them. God is great, and God is more bigger than all of you, because He's going to expose your nyash, all of you, in the mighty name of CHUKWU ABIAMA. Your nyash should be open. The line is open for anyone who wants to call. I'm not coming here to stay longer so that I can go and get my things against the next broker that are coming in autopilot prayer warriors this evening with Pastor Steve, Pastor Chika 247, by the grace of God, and many others who want to join us. Kelechi and Bruce also will be joining us on that. And and we must continue. Based on how the situation is now, I want you to constantly listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa. If there's any changes, if there's anything that is coming, everything will be coming from our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Let me tell you something. Biafra is here. And why you see that a lot of people are jumping around is because they are evil. Their nyash is about to open, like as I told you. Watch out. But let's go back and hear how Nigerian state has turned to from bottom to down, or from top to bottom.
It shows that there's something really wrong with our psyche where we operate the law.
All right, let's bring in Toby Shuni. Now, among some of the other things the appeal court said,
when he writes, there is something really wrong on the psychic of them when they think, the Nigerians, because a lot of things is wrong to the lawmakers, in the brain of the lawmakers, especially people like Malami. Now, tell me, Malami, tomorrow they're going to call you as an attorney general to come to a school, to come and give a seminar to the people as someone who have a lot of experience of being attorney general of the federation. What are you going to teach the children, or lecture them, or add to their growth becoming a legal advisor in the state of Nigeria with this your attitude of seeing the truth and turn it upside down? Attorney general standing in the way or in the order of a prosecutor. Impunity. That is why if you are poor in Nigeria, when police arrest you, if you don't have money, your own is gone. In Nigeria, if you don't have money, there is no justice for you. This is how the system is run. So it is somebody like us who have to speak about it. It doesn't matter what it costs. We know that our lives are in danger, but what we want to offer you is the truth about how it works. Because this truth, you see, life is a journey without an end. Though. If you don't say the truth now, it is the truth that will judge you. It is also the truth that will set you free. That's why you see, I am very glad in this life, I'm a part of the people who is going to talk about the truth. So the truth is this: since you do not find anything against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you proscribed IPOB with all impunity and thinking that you will kill or scatter the leader and then the flocks or the followers will run away. It is not like that, because Biafra is a special thing. It is by the grace and glory of God situated. Nobody can thwart Biafra. If you don't know, when this fashion comes out, when that will, God will change the staff to another person until we reach our destination. We are in a awesome busy, quite relay running, right? I don't know what it's called again. Relay. And we're also about relay. In the time of relay, all the people will be praying that your colleague, that person must be very, very fast. If you people are not fast, the next opponent will take the stick and pass you and give to that person. Nigerian system, GOS criminal system, ruled by Chikedozem and then the Netuya. We don't care about how many who praise them. These are corrupt and the evil people who have sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in the due time, every of the secret will begin to happen. It will begin to happen, to come to the light. Let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. People are saying, yeah, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come, I hear this man called Cheat, Kanana Tato, was saying that autopilot, we're going to change who will be cheat to talk, say autopilot will change their logo. In Apuara, why must we change our logo? Say what happened. We are standby, we are fighting. Our agenda is let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. Then we will know who is who in this struggle. Dara.
In regard to local and international, the federal government has lost the right to put the appellant on trial for any. Now, with this ruling by the appeal court, Toby, do you think it creates a path to a political solution?
Yeah, obviously, it's an opportunity for the government and the separatist group to reach a compromise. For me, the judiciary is...
You know, both of you who are familiar with the predictions of Pastor Joshua Egela, both of you are familiar with that. When Pastor Joshua killed Egela, the Ororo, he prophesied that a time shall come when the people that are matters will be knocking on the door for dialogue, and we will say no. All this thing they're talking is babbage. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also will not come and tell us about political solution. We can't accept it. If it is their plan, it has knocked before the time. What we want is Biafra because people have died in the cause. Some of us have lost our families because of this in a few years. Many can no longer travel because of this. But we're here to say that Biafra will come. What we need is Biafra. When one door is closed, many doors will be open. That's why the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you also there are many people also who are coming at his back, more dangerous than they think. So the state of Nigeria must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with immediate effect before things gets because the can of woto that will be coming on in the sense of, first of all, we have to intensify our sit at home. We have to also plan it very well that this particular no election, nothing is going to stop it. No election in Biafra land until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and speak to Biafrans and will digest everything he said. And before we will believe that it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of proofs and the doctors will test and they see if it is the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu you kidnap. We are here to tell you that Nigerian state is in the problem. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be out. He must be out. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not out, we give them few days to come. This is not a threat. It is a part of our disobedience for holding our leader and killing our people in Olo and different places, and also neglecting the United Nations order of freeing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The worst of all is jeopardizing and neglecting and chiding the judicial system of Nigeria by Malami. That is the impunity to the core, and the whole world have seen how formidable we are and how white and whiter than white and whiter than snow. A whole state of Nigeria cannot produce one article that they will use to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I would have also remind you the only thing you can use to hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to bring Buhari to the court and let's do DNN if it is Buhari or the one that died. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that the man there is not Buhari, that carry him to anywhere, that he can also apologize and hand over. So to end this agitation also, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it. Say, if that man is Buhari, he will gently hand over. So why that statement is not coming to the court? Why is he not appearing to the charges? Okay, let's say, go and arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bring that one as a charge and let the man come and test if it is Buhari or not Buhari. Why I am saying this thing is our eyes are red. We are no longer interested on no dialogue because we know that Nigeria is a barren womb that can never conceive. You have to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. That is where we stand and that is what we believe. And we are here to restore Biafra, and Biafra we shall get, because we cannot continue to be in the same country with where unjust judge. People like Malami, where people who are under democracy still ruling Nigeria with a mind of militant. That cannot be accepted, and that this new generation of Nigeria, which I am also part of it, and at the same time Biafra will end this impunity. And we must stop this impunity. The impunity must stop. Every Nigeria, every Biafra, every Odudua, even after we left, there can still be Nigeria. We can still do business together. But what we are saying that the mindset of Nigeria is corrupt, and we don't want to be together with this kind of system where the Fulanis who are not educated will come and become, I could say, the Attorney General, who don't know how to compose in English. You come to tell us discharged and acquitted. Discharged, what is discharged and what is acquitted? Finding fault. It is a tribal issue now. It is no longer a judicial whatever. Number one, Attorney General of Nigeria is more stronger than the United Nations. Attorney General of Nigeria is more stronger than the Ohaneze Ndigbo. Attorney General of the nation, Malami, is more stronger than the judiciary of Nigeria. What he did was he flopped all the whole, I could say, judges and make them a little child. Malami simply says that he is more greater than all. Caller, if you want to call, make your statement. The line is open. If you call for this program, so Malami simply think that he come to take over. Good morning, caller. Your name and where you are. God bless you. Hello. I don't know. Oh, I was trying to. I was thinking he's not talking. Let me call the caller back. So in a country like this, I would say an attorney general has no right to come and dictate for the people what they are going to do in the court. That is fault of Malami, and the whole world is watching. Call on the line. Good morning, Mazi. God bless you.
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning, Mazi.
I greet all Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. What is it?
Oh, hey, Biafra. Mazi, am I coming out clear?
Very, very clear. The whole world is hearing you.
Thank you, my brother. I greet all of you in the house.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how to thank all of you because we here, we have been seeing a lot of things going on, but we don't know because people don't know, our voice doesn't come out. But I want to use this opportunity to let you people know, to thank you guys. As long as you people are there for us, we are here for you guys.
Thank you, man.
We thank all of you. May CHUKWU, OKIKE, ABIAMA bless all of you.
Yes, sir.
We have been hearing everything. We have been following up, seeing everything. And our lawyer, our barrister, I don't know what to say about him, but let it be. I don't know the program. I just see it now.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
So I decided to call.
Don't worry, but he thanks his friends. So he's a lawyer. He can back up the criminals and the bandits. He's a lawyer. So a lawyer has the right to have a criminal's friend, of course.
Ikenga, who is telling Biafrans that he is working with government, that he is reporting everything to the government. He is working with Soludo, that Soludo is a good man. Also telling us that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not stop election in Biafra land, that nothing concerned. Why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that there will be no election in Biafra land. If they want us to participate in anything they are doing concerning election, that must be a referendum.
Absolutely.
So now, and his group is letting us know that we should vote. Then our barrister is thanking them. So no problem, but we are saying that there will be no election in Biafran land 2023.
That is how it is.
No, that is a no-go area. So let you guys continue with what you guys are doing. I thank Mazi Simon.
Yes, sir.
He is my namesake.
Yes, sir.
I want Badi and his group yesterday before they were yapping me in the comment section. I said, Ikenga, you guys are not working, you guys are not agitating for Biafra. We are not listening to you guys. So I believe that Malami and his group, Malami and his cohort, they will allow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out and speak to us so that we will know our fate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
People.
Thank you, Mazi.
Bless all of you.
Thank you for your contribution, Mazi. Chukwu Goziegi. Wonderful, wonderful, Mazi. God bless you. So we are live and we're direct. So if you want to call in, you have right to call in. Thank you, Mazi Simon, for calling. Mazi Simon, my good friend, thank you for calling in. So what we're saying is we must not back out. Anyhow they like, let them do it. You see, the only key we have is to stop election in Biafra land. Let me tell you, we have to focus on the freedom. Now, what they will do now is they will bring this discussion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to divert our attention on discussion if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released or not being released. But I want to tell Biafra, we must follow them all. Every step they make, we underground, we know. We must not focus. There are 3 distractions. We will now begin to talk about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is necessary. But I'm just trying to let us to open our eyes to know that these people that are bringing different kinds of distractions in order to remove our eyes in actualizing to get Biafra on this 2023. There are every ways that are be open. And I thank God, let him put more mistake in this man called Malami, because the more he mess, the more advantage we got. Because our Bible we read says to us, he said that all things must work together for us, those who believe in the restoration of Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an innocent man. Biafrans were innocent. We have not killed people in Nigeria. They are the ones killing us. They are the ones taking our land. They are the one also who persuaded us, kill us, suppress us. All power is in their hand. People pay the money to kill us, the Igbos, but we must stand, the Biafrans must stand to say this time that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be released, and we need our freedom from the hands of the Fulani. We are not one. Simple. It's not the same. It is not the same. It is not the same. I'm not trying to preach hate here, but because of the impunity and the killing one another, we don't want to be together on where people will kill us and rape our people, rape women in the market, go to the farm and begin to rape people. This is the Fulani method. We don't want it. So that's why we're telling to Malami, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let him come and calm our people so that Southeast will be at peace. If Nigeria want peace, if they want, like Mpadabaka has given them an expo, the only thing that can bring calm down right now in the Southeast is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, talking to Biafrans, and bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to where you rendited him. That is the only thing that will solve this problem. I know that will solve this problem. Let's listen.
Providing the government saving opportunity to resolve this crisis. If they are interested, because what the POEPLE has done is to explain the law, put everything there. I mean, everybody in government should read that judgment. The Attorney General of Federation should read that judgment and should advise government not to kill against it, but to see how they can use the opportunity to talk to like other relevant body like the Ohanaeze Ndigbo and other groups, so that Nigerians can at least, experience peace both in the Southeast and elsewhere. So
Nigeria cannot experience peace until they let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Biafrans go. And that is where we stand. We want Biafra. We cannot be in a country where people like Malami will be an attorney general by appointment who is not qualified to know the judicial system or also have respect for the judges. If Malami, for instance, an attorney general, can own the court and making a decision for the court, what are the use of Nigeria like us are saying? What we want is we want to be free. Let us go to Biafra. That is where we belong. A country where justice and equity will be practiced. Let Ududuwas live. Some of the Ariwas also are now agitating, although they still have some particles of P2B in them. But I'm still going to play one video for one of them here who has spoken. One thing I want to pick from that guy, he said that it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that opened their eyes to begin to see clear. Of course, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has opened the eyes of even this man talking here. He has opened the eyes of the whole Africa. Go to Twitter, go to all the handles, you see the whole world is shaking on the, I would say, unjust Malami speaking from wherever he's talking about, discharge and acquitted. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is free. He's free, so let him go. Let him go. You have nothing to against him.
Let us remember that the Kanu case is to a larger extent a political issue. It's not a legal issue. I also admit that people have died, people have lost their life, police, security of this. But if we go back to the basic, this issue is political. I'm not sure even as people, even the Kanu is convicted.
Yeah, at the other time also, sometimes we can also be saying no political solution, no political solution. But let me say something tonight for Biafra to understand. Calling for a referendum or dialoguing for our referendum is also a political solution. If it is in this aspect that this man is talking about, we say yes. But if you are calling us to repute what makes the war to happen, that, is similar to what happened in Abuja Accord, we are not going to accept it. There is nothing like what? There is nothing like restructuring in Nigeria. We, the Biafrans, Ududuwas, are also standing up and are saying that there's no election. Forget Tinubu or anything he's doing. Those who are supporting Tinubu are those hungry people. Tinubu is never going to help you in Nigeria. Their plan is that Tinubu is going to take over. We have seen the whole analysis of everything, because all these people you see shouting Obi, none of them have PVC. And that's why we stand. The thing is already happened on the ground, and they want to push Tinubu. Then after that, his second in command will take and bring you back. Shetima will take it and bring you back to the Fulanization, by which he himself is the one who transports Fulanis from all the whole Senegambia to the southeast. So there is a plan. Even this Tinubu also is in charge. He's also included on all these jihadis, and you see, it's an Islam. So they have their own meeting also together in taking over Nigeria for Islamization and the Fulanization. So don't joke. The reason why you see the youths of Nigeria trooping to P2B, because P2B is the one who nearer in the truth. But all these ancestors you see, Atiku and Tinubu, those of you who are voting him, you are voting the destiny of your children inside the grave. Know that. But in Biafra land, we say there is no election concrete. I don't change words. And that's how it is.
Convicted. Unlikely to resolve the crisis. All this while the impression given is that if it's arrested, the killing in the South stopped. Since Kanu had been in detention, has the killing stopped? The answer is no. So it also shows that it's a political issue, and government should be able to see the momentum and
it is a political issue, and dialogue will be free.
We can make progress, peace, especially now that we are planning to hold election.
Indeed. Frankly, I saw you nodding while Toby was speaking there. This was a unanimous judgment, a unanimous decision rather, and you appeal as being courageous. They said it creates a pathway for a political down. But what do you think? Do you think that the federal government may be pursuing this further to the Supreme Court?
It is Supreme Court different decision from what was done. Let us understand something. It is not a criminal matter. It's not criminal for anybody to campaign for self-determination. But the processes adopted in campaign may be criminal, and such forms of crime could actually be tried in court. But you see, what the Court of Appeal has done today was to send a very strong signal to the Nigerian government that you continue to operate with illegality against your citizens, as it happens oftentimes in this country. The courts have not been formed enough in condemning or deprecating the attitude of law enforcement, particularly the Department of State Services or the police in general. But to now think that they've moved to a point where they come to our country to now adopt a citizen, and they bring the citizen back, and then
kidnap the citizen. Let's stop where kidnap. Nigeria Malami manipulated the Nigeria law, manipulated Kenyan law, manipulated I could say British law. Went to Kenya to kidnap somebody. That is why they know that the immediate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released, Kenya is in trouble. Some of the criminals in DOS are in trouble. Some of the family members of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are in trouble. Some of those people they call honey, they are in trouble, and many other things that is about to come out. Plus this Malami you see, and Buhari themselves. They are, and some of your Igbo people, Igbo elders, Igbo elites, those who, do you know how many billions they bring out for to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? But surprising to them, the man they wanted to see dead every day is still alive because CHUKWU ABIAMA is with him. That is what happened. And now, Alana Bagaragara everywhere, the whole of them are in panic. Those who plot to kill him, and the go, no. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not someone you can just kill. He have a mandate from God. God called him to come and do something. It's like not taking me Mazo Conco to your native doctor in Apara. Take my name, go there, don't see people like they are just empty. We have God. We are called to this. Anybody who is genuinely called to restore Biafra, automatically you have been purified before you are born. Mazinanakari said it. Go and listen to that broadcast. When he reached the time when he's doing that altar call, he said, both of you who are called from their mother womb, go and listen. Sometimes when you listen to the voice of Mazinanaka, just listen and let the word he speak absorb in you. There are people that are called in this struggle. We don't back out. Anything can happen. We endure it. Mental toughness. I don't go to your house to ask food. I am who I am. Sometimes I don't have, but because of where I've put myself, I maintain focus until Biafra is come. Let me tell you, we are ready to get Biafra. Some of us who died in this Biafra war before were the ones speaking. If you don't know it now, especially those of you who are born from 1971, 1972 to 1975 to 1978. All of us, many of us are the ones who died in this Biafra war. And by reincarnate, like I said before, I come here. Do not misunderstand me. Nigeria has opened their nyash, but the nyash will soon be open more. That is why the release of MNK will open the eyes of evil in Nigerian state, how they rendied Mazindanakano. Those who are in Kenya, those who collect money, those who they pay money, they will open. Some of your eflefus in the Biafra land, some of the DG private jet, they are still going back to Malami and saying, hey, we don't finish you. Find anything to hold these people. Just like Balak went to Balaam. Say, do anything, just if you're small, curse Israel for me, left hand, curse him. That is exactly what those people who sold Mazinand can. The line is open on WhatsApp. If you want to contribute something, don't just look at me and they don't contribute. We want to get Biafra. Call and contribute. When you say one word by calling now, it will change the heart of people. People will learn something from you. It is not only Mazi, Simon Eba, Maza, Arawasani, or 247 will be talking. Since you don't want to show your face, you don't want to call inside and suggest what you think. We are here to expose the secret behind the release of Mazindan Kano. When he is really exposed, people like China Sangoru who cannot come back to Biafra land, his ass I am telling you, the master is about to come. So what they do is now they're working assiduously in order to sabotage, to brainwash, to pay, to lobby to this Attorney General to cause commotion, so that either Mazindan they will say, yeah, there's another charge we will forget because we are Nigeria, we have power and this and that. But thank God, God went to the court before the Malami wake up. That is how it will be. Because God said to Moses, he said, go ye be in the bank. God said, I think that is in Exodus, he said, go in the river early in the morning before Pharaoh comes to the river bank. Early in the morning, Moses went ahead of Pharaoh. Before he comes, the water that was oozing becomes a river and pool of blood. Pharaoh thought was God joking. Malami still is, see, do you know what Malami is doing is, he is openly asking God, who are you? Or asking Mazindanakano, who is that your God? But CHUKWU ABIAMA will allow it to flow. Malami also know that the moment this freedom is scheduled and Mazindanakano is out, him, the Attorney General, I will see him in Den Haag to ask Chastella what it seems to keep people whose hands are clean. That's why we're here, to expose the impunity, to tell them, even Mazindanakano also must not be released and be left in Biafra land for more than 1 hour.
Cover to say in the gulag is something the courts, would have, believe did not agree to. So for me, it's not about a political decision. Some people see it as a political problem. The charges against Kano are very grave. However, you cannot as a country proceed on such level of illegality. What I now that the president should read very clearly that what we have not only been particularly the Attorney General of
the misadvice comes from not hearing from God. How can someone who is not hearing from God not be misadvised? Let me tell you, it is God. God is now working. Let Malami say no to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then it will help us to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by ourselves and also Biafra at the same time. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must not come out also without Biafra. We need our own Biafra, releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we cannot go back for those who the state of Nigeria has killed. In case of, let's talk in advance, if anybody is talking about political solution, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to talk about political solution, my head is not there. I am not going to support a political solution. Nigeria has fed some of us. All of us who must bargain on the total freedom of the Biafran people, because even if at all P2B goes in there, if we are sleeping, then he enters there. Rather, he will become 8 years president and he goes out. And another Fulani man also will enter, then APC will enter, then we come back to where we start. That thing that will cause us problem tomorrow, let's cut it off now. Let's stop that. I am saying here, Biafrans, minister this news to everybody. There must not be election in Biafra land. That is the only way we will stand to get our freedom. If you don't want freedom, myself, I want freedom. Everybody wants freedom. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not come and tell us a political solution, then he will explain what he means by political solution, and we will go and pull all the videos and all the the talks that the speech he has made, and we will now bargain from everything that he has taught us. That's why we say, let's hear first from him. I don't want people to come and tell me that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is busy about negotiating, or you hear King Umar Solomon, who is a blogger, and of course, he's a blogger. King Umar Solomon also must know what is bringing out. You must not come to, King Umar Solomon, I am telling you from today, you must not come and brainwash our people, otherwise, I'm telling you this from today. So if you want to do something, don't come and do something that will come and demoralize our people. If you do it again, I will bring your picture to the public. We are not joking. So I am calling Biafrans to get focused.
Such an action taking, some form of correction should have been applied. So that solution we are talking about should have been the first course of action, not necessarily take Kanu to court. Now, this is important because we're talking about terrorism. However, Nigerians are some of the most terrorized people on earth, and they are not being terrorized by Nnamdi Kanu and his. But we know the other groups who have considered themselves as huge terrorists.
No, they don't look about those people. Then they also don't talk about those people they use a copter, troop them in Biafra land. They don't talk about those criminals. Malami don't see those people as an attorney general and sign paper for them to go and catch those criminals that bring in from Mali, Senegambia, using the military helicopter, dropping mufti people, those who do not have mufti. Last 3 weeks ago, I made a clip where I showed Nigerian armies doing training, falling from parachute, some of them are falling under the road, some of them are falling inside water. That is when they are practicing on how they're going to bring those mufti people you see they dropped in Enugu State. It is a preparation for the jihadists, and secondly, is assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu anywhere they see him in Biafra land. When we are talking, get it now. I listened to the broadcast of my brother, or the Kemba. I listened to him. His analysis was accurate on how he put it. I thank him for that message. To show you that every autopilot member, we are working assiduously to educate our people that we want Biafra, because we can no longer be in Nigeria. The call and the line is open. This is a time that all Biafrans will begin to contribute on anything that we are saying. Your call here can give somebody an information. Not when we call, open the line. Many of you will not call, and after you call private and say you want to talk to this, you want to talk to that. If you want to talk to us, talk to Biafrans, and also advise your fellow Biafran on how we are going to set our mind now, you can do it, and let's move. Enugu State, was invaded yesterday. Enugu State was invaded yesterday. Someone says here, Enugu State was invaded. They have been invading us, not only today, from time immemorial, but their end will soon come. One thing our leader told us is we must be resolute. Consistency is the gate, is the way, is the truth, is the only thing that can liberate us. We must never give away this freedom. If Malami let him talk anything he wants to say. While we are saying there is not going to be election in Biafra land because the kind of injustice that people like him are portraying in the state of Nigeria, which the world now are seeing. This is an insult, but we are calling for total freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And of course, we want to be free. We cannot be one with a country where Attorney General is a fraudster. During the time of Abba Kyari, what did the Malami did? People has to ask themselves a question. Anything you see the Attorney General of this federation called Nigeria is behaving today and say is from the hate, because it is Fulani hate to the people they call Yamini. And this is the main thing that made CHUKWU to say, I no agree. Let's do it like this. That is the real thing that happened. Bringing Fulanis from all over the whole world. Trooping Fulanis from all over the whole world. And in order for them to take over the state of Nigeria, that was in the past. This particular problem they are creating, using Malami, for instance, to create all this problem. When this problem will start, it's going to eat everybody up. Nobody's calling for war. Why did you arrest Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? A man who has been agitating with a single flag. Somebody said, King Solomon has deviated. If you like, let him deviate. If he deviate, any day he talk rubbish, so last time, he don't know why I made that comment. And I don't want him to come online and begin to put his mouth. If you want to make your analysis, don't come and tell us any trash, who is the leader, what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming. An autopilot who don't have a leader. And also, you must know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you're analyzing, has never said anything until when it comes out. So please, we're going to tell him, make you go pack in car. This, the mood of what is happening now, so that he will not, King Solomon, don't make a comment that will bring saga. And when we autopilot face on you, you'll not like it. So please, make your grammar very straight. Don't put your mouth on the things you do not know. So now, let's move.
So the Nigerian populace being given, so I mean, have they had concerted effort on the part of government to ensure that they chase them out of town, chase them into whatever country, whether it's Sudan or in Liberia or anywhere, and then bring them for trial? Why is in Nnamdi Kanu? So I think the Court of Appeal in itself is giving the political solution by speed and justice to the matter.
All right, so show me what justice held up.
Now, okay, now let's go to the fact. This man here stated that the Court of Appeal, those who know the law, the constitution of Nigeria, spoke the truth and end the matter. So Malami now is not telling the judges that place they are fraudulent. That is what the Attorney General. So in other words, the Nigerian judicial system is not in rapport with another. It is not. So these are the things, even this election you're jumping out for P2B, even when P2B, they rig the election, you sue somebody to the court. Malami also, as the Attorney General of the Federation, we also use the same fraudulent character he's performing now. So in other words, if I am a Nigerian, all the Nigerians has to come together and ask Malami to resign with immediate effect before the election. Because this kind of people must not be involved in your election in Nigeria. I'm not talking about Biafra land. We have seen this thing that is doing, this Malamina is doing. That's why we persistently say we don't want no election and we don't want no Igbo presidency. Those who are clamoring for Igbo presidency are the blood of Fulanis. It doesn't matter where they are. These are the people. But those of us who have a critical thinking to know that Nigeria is owing us and that Nigeria has killed our destiny, we must look into this kind of character of Malawi. Fraudulent characters. But the truth is not coming out. Those who refuse to talk good about us now talking. Arise Television is talking. TVC now is talking. All of them now opening their mouth. Mazin Nanakano said, when the time comes, they must talk about us. It's happening. Because God on the side, it will begin to happen. Share this broadcast, go to my platform, like, and I could say, hit the button, subscribe, so that anytime Mazi Okonkwo is online, you get it. Please help me to share this. It is Mazi Austin Okonkwo on the YouTube, Mazi Austin Okonkwo on the YouTube, then you will get it there.
The failure of Nigeria to follow due process as prescribed by law was fatal to the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. Help us understand what the process really should have been. This process in trying to extradite an alleged criminal or someone who is taken up against the state.
Thank you, because there are procedures. First, let me start by saying that countries enter into agreement between themselves and among themselves that we have such agreement with the Great Britain where Kanu was living. So they don't need to leave him to Kenya. They need to follow right to the British government through what we call mutual legal assistance. It exists between the two countries. The UK will grant it or not is another thing. But at least what the treaty says is that the federal government should apply to the British authority that this person is a fugitive, we're going to try and run away, and therefore we demand that you send him back. And
not today that we have been hearing that he ran away, he jumped bail, he jumped fence, he jumped everything. Now let us just look into what makes a man to run for his life. In Igbo Ajit, we say that the frog does not run afternoon race in vain. Either there's a snake or another danger in pursuit. Like you all have seen, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not a man that can run away from anything. He is fearless. He's who he is. He doesn't run for nothing. He stands firm on anything. So do you think Mazi Nnamdi Kanu runs? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not run. I have a call on the line. Call on the line, your name and where you are, Sebastian. Mazi Hong Kong. God bless you.
Thank you. I put on the yesterday, so I'm a question what they would.
Thank you.
I'm Afro yesterday from Hong Kong.
Thank you. I'm live now. I thought you want to call for the program. I was yesterday. I was a little bit weak when I came. I went to a meeting before I come across the border. I called also Sonny and I told him, so he understands. Yes, but it went well. So I appreciate. So we are live. The whole world is here. Do you want to comment on our program or?
Already, I was there yesterday with my family.
Thank you. But Maz, now I am live. I'm talking now. Are you watching me now live or you're talking about yesterday's event? I'm live now.
Okay, in live now. Okay.
Yes, okay. All right, thank you. Thank you. After that, I call you. Thank you, sir. So what we're saying here is we should look into the fraudulence of Nigeria. These people now, their eyes are beginning to be open. Anybody that is in Nigerian up to now, that your eyes has rebuke and accuse the evil that is going to Nigeria so that God can change everybody at once and separate this country so that the East will go to themselves. Let the North go. Then let them settle. If now also want to give Fulani their land, let them give them. Because we can never be one with these people, not this life, not after. That's why we say without violence, let there be a referendum and let everybody. Referendum is also the part of the political solution if it is what Ashali want to give to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's accepted until we hear it from him. referendum is a political solution. It's also part of it. So that's what we'll be hearing. And before then, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released. Then we will now see if it's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu he took from Kenya or another cloned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because in the Nigerian is not Buhari. That's why we must not accept it. And some of you who are in a haste to celebrate, I celebrate, but since I heard about this idiot news that I saw, I don't want to celebrate. When I'm going to celebrate is when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be totally free and speak to us either from the land of Ibeku or from anywhere he's going to be, because I will not support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to return back to British again.
Then the British authority will review the applications and decide whether to consent or not. But as the Court of Appeal said, take the law into our hand. Nigeria became lawless, took the law into his hand by going to Kenya, took authority disgracefully. We're denying not to know anything about it. And I think after this case, the anti-crime lawyer will probably have to go in cases to ask for damages because his right has been unduly violated.
Thank you so much, Toby. We need to quickly move on from that. It's a developing story. Muhammad Buhari had said, when asked about this issue, he wants the judiciary to let the case take its course. Kayode, Frank Tete, he commented yesterday that the judiciary functioned optimally as we count down to the 2023 elections. What do you make of that statement? Because some would say it takes two to tango.
You know, there is an increasing number of situations where the courts now have to play the role of electing governors and other political office holders for the people. That ought not to be. The courts are actually overstretched. That is set up will deprive the regular courts of manpower to even deal with the large dossiers that constitute
Oge banga ya nwanne gị nọkwala nga obi ọ ga-ede gị mma anya chọ wetu aka nwanne gị anọ na nga okwu iwute gị mana amụọ mana mmadụ gala ada ọtụtụ agadi nwanyị anada agwala gị si gị uno
simple.
No BIAFRA, no one Nigeria. Peter, okay, Banga. What young one nigga no palanga. What you get them? Anacho. Wait to aka. One again, no Biafra, no one Nigeria.
Yes, so.
Okay, Bang. What Walanga? Oh, you're getting Anacho. Wait to aka.
Peter Obi ga-iweta aka ya, ọ ga-iweta aka ya, ọ ga-iweta aka ya, o wetuala aka ma o wetu ha aka ewetuo ya, ọ ga-iwetu aka ewetu mma, ọ ga-iwetu aka ewetu aka ahụ o wetuole ya ọ dịghị ihe ga-ime hụrụ aka ọ sụọla mbọmbọ because we want Biafra and we don't want anything except Biafra. In anyị chọrọ bụ Biafra, we need Biafra more than anybody needs Biafra. Right. I want people to call in, then we call it a day. But if nobody calls in, then I'm going to leave this broadcast. Then I can be able to arrange myself for the next upcoming broadcast with the autopilot prayer team, with Pastor Steve and Pastor Chika and the rest of them that is going to come tonight. It's going to be hot again on that prayer meeting. So if you want to join us, you are welcome to join us this evening. The link will be displayed as soon as possible.
It's big and a bit. Yeah, been a long time they find trouble. AK1 fair, you know they find trouble. Been a long time now they try muscle. AK1 sure you know apply muscle. You go to government, go to bribe mugu. AK1 fair, you they on court. You brandishing arms in the farm movie. AK1 sure you don't go smooth. Killing all your monkeys like a motherfucker. You think we're joking, you a motherfucker. I see bad people everywhere, and the government mad people everywhere. Aragabandia, you the I my fatherland, they bumpandia. Man, I'm off tabo now, man, bukwandia. If I catch you from my farm, you got body yara. Hey, cause anything for bush, be bush meat. Anything for bush, be bush meat. Anything for bush, be bush meat. If they catch you at the bush, you be bush meat. Anything for bush, be bush meat. Anything for bush, be bush meat. Anything for bush, be bush meat. If I catch you in the bush, you be bush meat. Ah, mad people everywhere. I support the tab block, I support the number. It's bush meat. It's big and a bit. Yeah. Anything be bush meat, to be bush baby, bush rat, or you be bush pig. Anything for bush, now for picnic. We go fry the meat with the heat from the click. After Janja, we done smoking ganja. They then begin to feel they can fly. Hana Tancha. I'm talking life, yeah, you talking cows. You can't fix stupid, walai, me no doubt. Yeah, me no doubt. Yeah, it's unfortunate. They're all about the cows and the copulate. They infected, they need be inoculated.
Anything for bush in our Biafran to become a bushmeat. No election in Biafra land, and that is where we stand. Like as we are able today to have educators about the breaking news, the release of Nnamdi Kanu will definitely expose some of the criminality hidden under the Nigerian government and those who sold Nnamdi Kanu, right from DOS down to his family members. That's why we're here. If anybody trying to come out to deceive you based on voting to Nigeria, they will come. So many of them will come and they will try to brainwash you, telling you, now Nnamdi Kanu is coming out. Let us try to see what he's going to say. Nnamdi Kanu has told them in the prison about, I could say, political solution. We are not here to talk about those nonsense until Nnamdi Kanu comes out. Don't listen to any trash. We don't come for political solution. What we're here is to get Biafra, and Biafra is what we have come to get. No human being will stop us getting Biafra. Anyone who is telling you about the political solution, go and check that individual. That individual is not accurate on his brain, because somebody will come to tell you about political and they accept it. Why must you accept political solution on this era when they're killing us already? So now let's listen to this particular individual who is using, Aboki man. He want to manipulate. First of all, he started very well. When you look at him, they paid him to come and say, hey, Mazinanakali teach us very well. Oh. Now he's about to come us. Why can't all of us look into it? So many people like this will come. They will come and tell you, Mazinanakali is coming out so that we can negotiate. There is no negotiation. People have died in this struggle. That is why we say there is no negotiation. Now let's listen to this man and hear what he is saying. I hope the volume is out.
Voiceless people in the world. Nnamdi Kanu is the father of the voiceless. He's the voice of the voiceless people in the world, or in Nigeria in particular. How do I say this? Nnamdi Kanu was that person who showed us that voice is power, voice is ability, voice should be heard. Instead of carrying weapons, instead of carrying anything, the man was peaceful. He distracted all the activities of the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which they called him terrorists. Only by saying words. This man never carried a weapon. Why am I saying this? He has raised in boys. We, from the northern part of this country, we learn from Nnamdi Kanu. We raise our voice. We are speaking the way we should speak today, because Nnamdi Kanu has showed us what is really the important thing, or what to do at the time of need or struggle. How do we? Nnamdi Kanu has been the best platform to use to struggle with people. His release attracts a lot of people to bring so many ideas that it's a political it's a political strategy to disorganize the northern part of the country with the eastern part of the country, or the other part of the country. For we know very well what are the plans of these cabals in government. But I know Nnamdi Kanu is not a fool. I know Nnamdi Kanu is a very wise man. And whatever they plan to do.
No, one of the things is he's still talking, and he's still talking about one Nigeria. You know the plans of all these cabals using political whatever to divide you and separate you, and you are here still want to tell us about one Nigeria. And you have learned a lot of things from Nnamdi Kanu. Did Nnamdi Kanu teach you about political solution? That is where you are going now. This man is from Arewa, because he doesn't have brain, that you cannot see how many times Fulanis have invaded you and kill you and take over. He's still talking about, to support P2B and about Arewa Nation or whatever. I just want to play this video so we can listen to this man. So many people are coming like this. You would think they're coming to do something to help you, but they come to brainwash you. Listening to these guys, these kind of people, that's why I want to bring this video to tell you how deceptive his comments are. Let's watch.
Now is to bring distraction within the two places. And a lot of people are thinking with his presence now, or when he being released, he will be distracting people from the obedient movement, which I know he is a very wise man that wouldn't do that. Like I used to say, the people say, if a wise person, a nice person, there will be peace and prosperity. Now just imagine, this is the scent of Obi. Obi has make a movement that makes other people now to start to fear. People, especially the.
Now, Obi have a movement, but we are looking for a nation. The movement is different from nation because this your movement can be stopped. All right. So, my dear brother, don't come and use your koni way. And partially you use the photo of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and do your backup platform and thinking that you can just come like that and begin to, and now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is your person and you want to attach Mazi, telling us Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be nothing different. Who are you to talk like that? The difference is too much. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want total freedom, but Obi is looking for personality and he can never bring you to where we're going. So as a freedom fighter, when I listen to this kind of people who is in between the two, you don't even know where he's going. So I want to bring this guy to you. That's why I bring this man to you, so that some of you will be able to differentiate when this man is coming to deceive you. Because those of you who do not have brain, this and I say, oh, he's talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He put his picture. So an Hausa man, for that matter, away from a lie. These are part of them. These are part of them. They want to use now the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and begin to bargain, to brainwash people so that you can have sympathy and say, oh, okay. No. One thing you must know that these people don't know, that the leadership of IPOB has gone out from this hand of this idiot that we draw for our president. Then let us hear from him and we will now know where we stand. Let's listen to people who deceive people.
The APC announced thinking that, oh, they lose the election. Why put the distraction to the election ground, so that Nnamdi Kanu will leave the DSS office, or when he leaves the prison, he is going to move straight and continue the struggle of dividing the country. And with that, he has voice that people hear that the Igbos now will vote for Obi, and that is where to distract Obi, because they know the North is another thing, either 50-50, either for CHUKWU or for Obi. This is what.
One thing the Nigerian state must understand, that since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never been around and DOS were bought by them, we have autopilot those who will make it work, that there's no election in Nigeria. My brother from the North, what I want to tell you is P2P is not going to count one vote in the Southeast. The release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so many people who are afraid, I still want that they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. And let's hear what he's saying. Why fear of what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to say? What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want to say is what he has said in the past. And I don't think he's coming to say or to revise what he has said in the past, that we have as an evidence, that on that we operate. In case of if you're hearing the sound of my voice. So people who are still waiting for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, what will come and say, what he told Biafra and where he brought us into, and what our focus is what we are fighting. So there is a need for us to get Biafra. If you don't know it now. For those of you who are insinuating whether he's coming to take a political solution or not, there are people who want Biafra. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu alone is not only Biafra, he can be a leader and the motivator of the people, just like many other people, Thomas Sankara, Nelson Mandela. Even when they die, those countries are still in existence. So we have to look into the future. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, do you know whether they have even poisoned his mind, poisoned his brain? Think ahead of everything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, first of all, has to come out and undergo a lot of, I would say, check-up in his body, in his brain, for us to know what have injected him in. You don't know that. So it's not something that's going to happen in a twinkling of an eye. So therefore, we want Biafra 2023, and Biafra will we get. When you hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu autopilot and move, when they bought over DOS, give them 40 million, Chinas and Wori, Powerless and the Red Chicken Edosium, the dry fish in Switzerland, all of us will gather together through the grace of God, through Mazi Simon, but we restore the struggle unto today. So we are resolute. Nobody knows those people you're talking about. If they like, they can go and buy anybody. We are resolute, and autopilot will have come to stay until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out and we will hear him. And after that, he speaks, and Biafra will decide. Do not forget, some of you who are saying, oh, what is going to happen? Or you're listening to a man who is on the mask. He said, people are panicking. King Solomon predicted. King Solomon said that many people has predicted about Biafra. It doesn't happen. King Solomon can predict anything. He's an analyzer. Of course, is the through this Biafra's agitation, he pays his out rent. But one thing we must not allow, whenever time he says good one, we will praise him. But when it comes contrary to make our people deviate their mind from what we're pursuing, I will bring his photo. That's the same way I bring the photo of this man. I mean it. So Onyo should be very, very careful what he's doing. Don't use your blogging system. Now, since Mazi Nanakano, for a long time, the line is still open for some of you who don't know the line that I pasted here before, if you want to call in. And some of you who have my number, if you want to call in, I'm here, Mazoko for life. All right. I want to go out now as soon as I finish and get ready, get my things ready for tomorrow's job. Then I wait for my own pastor for tonight. My brother will go 247. I even never call you today. 247 is a little bit sick. He catch cold. Cold enter will go body. That's why yesterday I was not around also. He was not around. He was calling me, Mazoko, I don't see you. Say, my brother, there's somewhere. I said, now who you live the fundraiser? I said, my brother, I live for King Solomon, who quorum is a wires. All right, somebody say, let me see the comment here. You say, hello, Mazi, please read this message. Mazi Nanakalo must not receive medical treatment in Kenya or Britain. Let him receive. People are now wanting Mazi Nanakalo to relocate somewhere, anywhere. Mazi Nanakalo can also come to Netherlands. There's a house fair for him. Anywhere he will go there. Even if you go to ya have to go to church, don't say fact and leave the other rest. Together. I am not here like a reverend father to divorce marriage. All right, the line is still open for you to call in. Let me revisit this so that you can listen to the deception of this our Boki brother. Obedient. You know what is this? This is obedient in the sheep clothing. One Nigeria obedient in the sheep clothing against Mazi Nanakaro. How can I explain this video, this photo? He used Mazi Nanakaro as impersonation to trigger all of you who are less minded, less focused. Now, if you look at him being an Hausa person, you feel very sympathetic for him. Using the photo of your leader at his back, you say, wow, this is our brother might be true. But it's working for P2B in the same one Nigeria. I don't know if you understand. This guy is working for one Nigeria. But using Mazi Nanakaro now to use it as a rope to bring you. And if you don't listen to this video, you say, yeah. So many people will call you in the night, Mazi Okonkwo, that thing where that man talking are true. Why not take a political solution?
What is happening in the north presently? Because those people in the APC doesn't have vote in the northern part of the country. This is what I'm telling you now. Now, take it for instance. What are we saying in this context? The Igbos should focus on this movement. I know Nnamdi Kanu wouldn't come to distract Obi, even if there is any agreement.
Now, his fear, first of all, this guy has a fear. You know, sometimes there's a time when people who are guilty in organization, in a meeting, when they commit atrocity, they will first of all rush outside and they report the matter, like some people I know. And now, when he comes, he begins to brainwash himself. That's exactly what this man is doing. Watch this man. This man is the main problem. This man is more dangerous. This guy also can be a Fulani in one Nigeria obedient. Now, using Mazi Nanakaro to deceive you people, and after, first of all, he will praise Mazi Nanakaro, then he will now bring you back to obedient mindset and ask you that the Igbos must succumb to this movement, a movement that you know that can always end somewhere, but a nation can never end somewhere. What are you talking about? So this kind of people, when you are listening to them, Be careful from such people. Run away. They are deceptive. Now let's go.
For his release, he will not restrain Obi. So you should be the obedient you are. Obedient, Obi is not different from Nnamdi Kanu. It's just that people think they're fighting for different.
Just remain obedient as you are, as your Igbo. Just be obedient. Don't even talk about the freedom. You think he's smart. Somebody. Odenaka Chukwu say he think he's smart. You know, the autopilot, anywhere you rush will catch you. No, Odenaka Chukwu, just take a look here. This man is a Fulani. He called himself Hausa because Fulani also said that Hausa Fulani. Now, let's look. First of all, his fake studio, thank you so much. This man who is a fake FK studio, means fake studio. He first used impersonation, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that when he comes to brainwash you and bring you to obedient, and they still insult you, the Igbos, secretly, but they think they are more smart. I listened to this video. I said, let me bring this guy to the board. I'm also going to push this video, maybe 247 what is going to put more light on this particular video. What this guy is doing, it's called impersonation, deceiving, deception. He first bring you Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and now in the picture, what he portrays in the picture is the same thing what he's saying with his word, means deception, to deceive you secretly. And this is why some of our people have been deceived into this obedient movement, which cannot link you to the new Jerusalem or new nation called Biafra. They will put you into movement without a destination where your end will come, or where you will end the movie, or the rest. That's what this man have come to deal with you. But we are here to debunk them and pieces their gestures, their intentions, and their thought patterns, and what they signifies for all Biafrans, and of course autopilot, to understand that you must not listen to this kind of people. Now, everything here is fake. The man is fake. The fake photo he put, or the fake frame he made, in order to use you, to bring you to obedient back, so that you will surrender. The Fulani want you to be obedient. They not want you to be obedient until they saturate and take over your land by raping your mama, your sister, and everybody. Now listen.
Cause. Why Obi is a gentleman, Nnamdi Kanu is the voice for the voiceless. And that's why we are able to speak out, even with the Hausa people from the northern part of this country. So what is your plan? What is your strategy? What are you going to do? That is what matters. It's not dividing the country, but uniting the country, which Nnamdi Kanu has helped us. Now we have seen the right thing. When you listen to what Nnamdi Kanu has been saying, even though it sounds as if
my brother, Boki, if you have been listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as you have saying here, you will understand also the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu who educated you on the north is the one who also educated me. And one of the perfect education he gave to me recently was that we have crossed the Rubicon and we need arms to fight for our freedom. See, the same Nigeria you are defending are killing us. The same Nigeria you are defending, you have to turn this camera and begin to talk to your Attorney General, Malami, who is constituting lucent in the presence of the whole world at the hate expenses, how they hate the Biafrans. That is why you see Malami grumbling and plotting with those people who sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which their hand are there. Do you think that this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case is ordinary? No, they're doing everything possible to cover up themselves, because at the end Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is finally released, which will happen in the new few days. You will see all the criminals in the DOS will be exposed. Kenya will be exposed. Some of your those whose hand is in the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they all will be exposed. That's why you see they are persuading that Malami will return this first statement and agreement they made when they rendered Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with some of their Hausa people who also put a bounty on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't you know? Don't you know? Open your eyes and understand. So Biafra, we must intensify our sit at home. We also must come in one agreement and keep on working on the project of non-voting and non-election in Biafra land until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu speaks to us from another country as usual. Then we will now see what we will do. Biafra, I will leave you here for now until I will meet you another day like this. This video, I'm not going to play all, but I think when I come again on a certain day like this, I will definitely play this video and I will explain more on what I think about this particular video. I want to thank everybody, like as I said before, for most of you who are working assiduously for the restoration of Biafra. I say, may CHUKWU ABIAMA, God Almighty, CHUKWU ABIAMA, bless all of you, bless our leader, Mazi Kano, bless also our spokesperson, Mazi Samoneba, and every other person, and all the autopilot and no matter, those of them who are working assiduously in truth and the spirit to restore Biafra. I love you all, and may God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I'm coming back again for our autopilot prayer media team. So be here with us, and the CHUKWU ABIAMA will always bless us. So we always have a news for you, and God bless Biafra, and God bless Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You
don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you. Will they give you Kuwaiti passport? Will they give Kuwaiti passport to your children? Will they allow you to buy a house in Kuwait? Can your children be Kuwaiti prime minister? Then what on earth are you doing here then? That means you're a slave.
No, they're doing green.
Oh, she's here, Nana Kano. Young ended. Uncle, I went into the yard of Pokaraka. Biafra, I don't. I give one issue. I put a color, I got puni. Where young ended? Oh, fella, he needs what I. Here would not learn a Biafra organ with you. Oh, God didn't do what you're warm. I ain't under when. Did you wear the manner on your shilling? Now, not the bed. Or this she call or do you mean? Oglogondia, I will shoot. Make you know there.
We are changing, yeah. Finam the cano now, Kobodo Dere G. Will you finam the cano now to Punde Wale Bide? We are changing, yeah, cause when about we are getting ready, cause I'm gonna be better, I know Ebe ngajichi baronye ndwai Ebu change ike change Nakande wa festiges into the Ebele no time Yabo to my I say ebele we don't send you Oh set to go we are changing changing again. I ain't a chosen bandit will be okay. I ain't a chop on the name Ike. I ain't a bottle they will be coming. Cause right now we are changing again. I ain't a pedo makifeke melile. Mazenam de Kano sina haga bialini. Mbalenu kahali chizina kayani. Cause right now we are changing again. No time no time. Yabo to mama zi Simon Iba. I say ebele we don't send you. Oh set to go we are changing again. Oh yeah you ready. Oh yeah you ready. Oh yeah you ready. We are changing again. Make we support to ESN. I try not in the long story. Because my channel the gossiping. Cause right now we are changing gear. See, I ain't a fuck on against Simon Ifa. CHUKWU ABIAMA chekwake no muada. IPOB autopilot to Ranyigaba. Right now we are changing gear. No time, Yabo to Mama Simon Ifa. I say Osetigo, we are changing gear. Oh yeah, you ready? Oh yeah, oh yeah, you ready? Oh yeah, oh yeah, you ready? Oh yeah, we are changing gear. Honorable Zukatas, Anamekelegio. No man, I'm looking at you. Umwada one, Dirilu Madana Mekelegio. Umwama Jisi.